Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Arunachal Pradesh, Shri Pema Khandu ji, Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Mizoram, Lalduhoma ji, Honorable Speaker, Government of Arunachal Pradesh, Tesam Pongte ji, Honorable Minister, Hill Development and Cooperation, Assam, Jogen Mohan ji, Honorable Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, Sikkim, Tshering Bhutia ji, and Honorable Minister, Civil Aviation, Arunachal Pradesh, Balo Raja ji, government officials, our chairman from Airport Authority of India, DG DGCA, joint secretaries from Ministry of Civil Aviation, representatives from the respective state governments of the northeastern region, industry leaders, representatives from FICCI, esteemed delegates and media friends, a very good morning to each and every one of you and namaste. It is with immense honor and deep personal commitment that I welcome you all to the third Northeast Aviation Summit and the Northeastern Ministerial Conference which we are having today in Itanagar. At the outset, I want to wholeheartedly say that the Northeast is truly special for its breathtaking landscape, its vibrant culture, but above all of this, for its people. It is the warmth of the people of Northeast that makes this region even more special, and every time I come here, which is also the first time that I've come to the state of Arunachal Pradesh, I feel renewed, relaxed and rejuvenated. And I believe that the Northeast is not only the periphery of the country, it is at the very center of our culture, our history and our growth story. And I'm confident that with our shared commitment and collective commitment, we will be able to transform the immense opportunities of the Northeast into lasting prosperity for the people of the region. In fact, in our beliefs, Northeast is considered to be a source of prosperity and positive energy. And most of you would know, according to the Vastu Shastra, which is the science behind construction of a home, and even in South India where we believe in Vastu Shastra a lot, when you are building this new home, the Northeast is supposed to be the region where you do the puja room, where you'll have all the gods. And likewise for the country, Northeast is also in a similar fashion, it is the land of the divine. It is where the divinity resides. So it is very important for all of us to treat it with respect and to treat it with the necessary commitment that we all hold together. And our convergence today in Arunachal, which is the land of the rising sun, brings divine blessings to the collective purpose that has brought all of us together here. The synergy that we are all witnessing here today reinforces the idea of Northeast as India's Ashtalakshmi, the 8 jewels of prosperity as envisioned by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. Under his visionary leadership, Northeastern region has transformed from a land once seen as an isolated part of the country to one which has become the brightest spots of the country and one which is shining as a hub for opportunity and also growth. With the NDA government's clarion call, Act East, Act Fast, Act First, the budget allocation for the Northeast has increased by an astounding 153% since the year 2014-15. Since 2014, over 1.45 lakh crore has been invested in the Northeastern region alone for infrastructure under the PM Gati Shakti scheme. Infrastructure development remains at the core of our strategy for the Northeast, and this results also speaks volumes of the commitment. Consider national highways. We have expanded the network of national highways by 64% from 2014. Inland waterways, with 1,000 crore invested since 2014, we have increased number of waterways from 1 to 20. Railways, the annual budget for railway infrastructure in Northeast has increased by a staggering 384%. And the integrated approach in combining all of these has synchronized over 1,500 projects in the Northeast, cutting logistics costs by massive 25%. And as the Civil Aviation Minister of the country, I take immense pride in also highlighting the aviation, the growth in aviation that Northeast has seen, and which has also become the heart of the transformative journey this region has experienced. It has played a pivotal role in ensuring that the region's growth potential really takes flight. And at the Northeast Aviation Summit, the vision that was conceptualized when we were holding these Northeastern summits, and this is the third edition that we are doing today, it has developed as a platform to discuss infrastructure advancements, policy initiatives, and collaborative opportunities to strengthen connectivity across the Northeastern states and to the other parts of the country and to a larger extent to the other parts of the world. With this aim, the first Northeastern Summit was held in Assam. The second one, where I was also able to attend, was happening in Shillong. And this is the third one that we are organizing today. And along with the Northeastern Summit, we have brought in a new idea where we are having the regional conferences also. And in one way, the inspiration behind the regional conferences, which is the North, West, South, East and Northeast, we have 5 regional conferences. And the inspiration behind that has been the Northeastern Summit. When we had the Northeastern Summit and we were doing these specialized region-specific summits, then the approach that we have taken and the collaboration that has been approached and the collective synergy that was formed helped us in discussing and deliberating and also resolving the issues in a very timely manner. So we thought, why don't we take this inspiration and spread it across the region, across the country? And with that idea, we had the regional conferences where we invited all the civil aviation ministers and chief ministers also of the respective states. And the first one, we did the Northern Conference in Dehradun. We got tremendous response. And in fact, I have seen that whenever the chief ministers are in this time are visiting Delhi, the first and foremost, the most important ministries anyway are the finance ministry. Everyone needs money. And then we have the home affairs ministry. And there are some strategic ministries which are very important for all the states. But I'm very proud to say in today's country, with 11 years under the NDA government under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, civil aviation has become one of the most important and strategic ministries in the country. And I've got to experience that also in the last 14 months as the civil aviation minister. Whenever, let it be from the northeast or the southern part of the country, northern part, east, west, any part you take it, when the chief minister is coming to Delhi, he has made it a point to come to our ministry, to sit down with us, to tell us of all the issues that the state is experiencing and to find out some kind of solutions, a way forward. So that is when I realized that this is a ministry which has to reach out more to the states. Civil aviation is no longer a national subject. Civil aviation now is a subject for the country. It's a subject of the states. It is a subject of the common man. It is a subject which we need to take to the ground level. And how do we take it to the ground level? This can't happen sitting in the doors of Delhi or rooms of Delhi. We have to reach out. So that is when the regional conferences started. The Dehradun one happened, Northern Conference, the Western Conference in Mumbai, the Eastern one in Bhubaneswar, the fourth one we are doing it along with the Northeastern Summit in Itanagar. And I would like to thank the support that the government of Arunachal Pradesh has extended in holding this conference, especially the dynamic Chief Minister Pema Khandu and the Speaker also for providing this assembly premises for organizing this. In fact, we have done the other conferences also, and the venue has always been a 5-star hotel. It has its own charm, but it's nothing like the assembly of a state. And now being here in such a magnificent building which carries a rich legacy, which carries a rich history, I am feeling it as a very memorable moment in my life also to be having the conference in this. So once again, my sincere thanks to the government of Arunachal Pradesh. And I would keep repeating this mistake because Arunachal Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, it's AP and AP. So whenever I see in my speech the A and P, Andhra Pradesh keeps coming and I come from the state of Andhra Pradesh. But I can say that I've come a full circle. From a member of parliament from Andhra Pradesh to as a civil aviation minister to Arunachal Pradesh, this is the strength of the democracy that the country holds today and the connected and united approach that we take as a country. And I would also like to express my thanks to all the Chief Minister Lalduhoma ji and also the ministers who have come from the respected states who have taken this conference seriously and who have come with the respected teams so that we can collectively discuss on the issues faced by the states. And speaking from this assembly, I would like to proudly mention that today, all states in the Northeast now have functional airports. The number of operational airports in the region in 2014 was 9, and today we have 16, very close to doubling the figure. We have 16 operational airports in this region today. And the growth of civil aviation in Northeast from the 2014 time has been remarkable. Take aircraft movements In 2013-14, the region recorded just over 51,000 aircraft movements, and today it has almost doubled to 96,000 aircraft movements. And this is a clear sign on not only building up the infrastructure. When we talk about improving the airports from 9 to 16, we are talking about pushing in money, building the capex and building the infrastructure. But look at how the demand has also been there. Now we have 96,000 aircraft movements, which means that there is so much demand. And in fact, our Balo Raja ji has also mentioned in his speech the requirement for more connectivity, which means we are not even touching the demand to the fullest. There is so much potential still to be achieved. So that is something which we are going to definitely take very, very seriously in the future on how to improve the connectivity in the existing airports and the new airports get created in the future. And if you look at Imphal Airport, there were flights to just 5 cities before, and now today it is connected to 10 cities. Agartala now enjoys direct connectivity to major hubs like Delhi, and southern part is Bengaluru. And aircraft movements at Dibrugarh also have been doubled. Airports in such areas like we have talked about Teju, Dibrugarh, Silchar, because airport earlier was that one state will have one airport, which is the airport of the capital, or the biggest city will have the airport. Today that idea has been long left behind. We are saying wherever there is an opportunity for air travel, wherever there is sizable amount of population, we are going to build an airport. The thumb rule with which we are going ahead is that every 150 kilometers or every 2.5 hours drive, you should be able to have an airport. Maybe not a big mega airport that we are talking about or we see in Delhi and Mumbai or any of the metropolitan cities, but there are multiple various airports that we can create. There are medium airports, there are small airports, cargo airports, or airports which are more related to training. So we are expanding the thought process on how we see the whole aviation ecosystem. So this is going to benefit much of the local aviation prospects that we are going to see in the future. And the international traffic, we have talked about the domestic traffic. International traffic in Guwahati has surged from 9,500 in 2023 to 52,000 in 2024, and 5 times growth has been added just by connecting to Thailand itself. And this is one important point when we talk about the Northeast. It is that how the Northeast can become a hub for us to travel to the eastern part of the world. It can be China, Southeast Asia. So the hub pattern is something which we are taking up very strongly from the Ministry of Civil Aviation. So I feel that there is a genuine opportunity here for the Northeast to step up, increase the infrastructure, increase the service that we are catering around the airport, so that becomes a logistics hub for traveling to the eastern part of the world. And I would also like to highlight that alongside civil aviation, the transformation that we have seen, if you dwell little more deeper into the projects, one of the best showcasing projects in the Northeast for us has been the Holongi Airport. And Balo Raja ji has already spoken that how the development has taken up after Modi ji becoming the Prime Minister. And here, under the dynamic leadership of Pema Khandu ji, it has got all the support that has been required. Because the idea has been there forever, but nobody had the will to take it up. Now, once the PM and the CM both came together, the idea of creating of airport got the necessary push and the support, and in record time we were able to make it a reality. In 2023 we have inaugurated it, and at that time also a calculated approach and an innovative approach was taken that the grand terminal building will certainly take some time. So let us have another terminal building which is easy to do at this point of time and start the operations immediately. So that was done at that point of time. And today when you will probably go back, you will go back through the new terminal building because we have started the operations today in the morning. It has come out quite beautifully. And today the way we are doing airports have also changed. You see much of the developed countries, the way they see their airports is steel, glass, cement. But we don't see it like that. We see these as livable monuments of our history, of our legacy, of our culture. Look at all the airports that we are building today across the country. Any airport that you go, it is showcasing the local culture, the art forms, the historic history of that region by various, the architecture, the art that is being installed in the airports. And likewise, in the Holongi airport also, you will see that much of what is discussed or seen or experienced around the state of Arunachal Pradesh is being depicted there. It has come out in a nice lotus form. It has come out quite beautifully inside and out. So from today, the operations are going to start from there, which we are also very excited about. So we have started that, the new terminal building. And in part of the new terminal building, we have also had the inauguration of Udan Yatri Cafe. And this is a concept which has been very close to my heart also. I have been a traveler for some time before becoming the minister also, so I can understand the issues from the passenger side. And after becoming the minister, this was after good 8 years of Udan scheme, which was one of the most successful schemes, not only for the country, but in the entire world for civil aviation. And this has been the brainchild of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. He is a person holding the highest status in the country. But the way he thinks is how the common man is going to think. That is the charm of our Prime Minister. That how common man experiences, how common man thinks today. What are the requirements? If the government of India, no matter which department, is trying to design a scheme in Delhi, he can, without the implementation of the scheme, without the statistics, just by going through the scheme, he can tell you how successful it is going to be. And that is the experience he carries. And that is the kind of support he gives the ministries also. And with his approach, with his idea on how to increase the civil aviation in the country and how to increase the regional connectivity, Udan was envisioned at that time. And 8 years into Udan, we can say that it has tremendously been successful in the country. And now through Udan, what has happened? The whole idea behind Udan is that Hawai Chappal wala Hawai Jahaj mein ghumna chahiye. That was the whole mission of that scheme. And that has happened. You see how the Udan has facilitated us to open new airports in this tier 2 and tier 3 cities, where it was totally impossible for people there to think about that we are going to have an airport in our vicinity. Now we have taken advantage of the airstrips which we used to have since the British time. We have converted them into airports. Wherever possible, we have done greenfield airports. And wherever possible, the existing airports, we have expanded them. And we have provided the necessary capital infusion. We have provided the viability gap funding to the routes, to the operations of the aircraft, so that the unviable routes become viable. And because of that, we can proudly say under the Udan scheme, across the country, we have started 700 new routes over the span of 8 years. And out of which many are still ongoing and continuing routes also, very, very profitable. So with the Udan scheme coming in, with the common man also getting associated with air travel being no longer an exclusive way of travel for the elite class. Today, air travel has become democratized and a lot of common man is also coming into air travel. The biggest feedback we got after this Udan infusion is that the prices at the airport seem to be very high. Then I said, we have done the Udan scheme for him to travel, so we have to cater for something so that I didn't want the passenger who is coming, at least through the Udan scheme, or the lower income people who are coming to complain about this. Nobody should be hungry in this country. At least at the airports, we don't want anyone to be hungry. So we thought we have to do something about it, and then we started the Udan Yatri Cafe. Our team from the ministry, AI, everyone worked together and came out with this excellent plan that we are going to do 5-6 things which are very, very important. Water bottle at 10 rupees, tea at 10 rupees, coffee at 20 rupees, a local sweet of the day at 20 rupees, and samosa at 20 rupees. Now you see how airports have changed. Airports, coffee, one of the most expensive things that you would have thought about, but we are giving strict competition to railway stations also today. So this is the approach that we are taking at the airports today. We want them to facilitate for all, for the entire country. So that Udan Yatri Cafe, we started at 100 years of celebrations in Kolkata airport, and the kind of response we got was tremendous. It was beating the business of all the restaurants that were already there. Record number of sales. Then I thought this is a hit. Then we started in Chennai, we started in Ahmedabad, we started in Bhubaneswar, and then now today, Member of Parliament, when they come and see me, usually they come and see me, and which is quite often also. And in the recent Parliament session that happened, you all know that there are many departments, many ministries and all, almost 60 departments. Every day, 12 departments come for a discussion under the question hour. And out of, if you take the 100% of questions that have been asked over the span of these 4 weeks, 25% just for civil aviation. Our team gets a lot of work these days because of all the questions. But this is the interest that the parliamentarians also show in civil aviation today. 25% questions only related to civil aviation when they have the choice of asking 60 other departments also. And mostly they ask because they want to ask for new airports. This has become the aspiration of the country today. Now, no longer the Bangalore MP or the Hyderabad MP, Delhi MP is coming to me. I see MPs from far away regions within the remotest of the remotest locations, someone from Jharkhand, someone very remote in Orissa, someone very remote in Tamil Nadu, maybe in Gujarat, maybe in Northeast. They are all coming to me. Other people will be wondering, what does he have to do with civil aviation? But they all carry the aspiration that they want to see flight travel, airport operations happening in their district, in their constituency. How did this aspiration come? This aspiration is the vision of our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. He has changed the way we are all thinking about our country today. He has said that airports can be built everywhere. We are there to support you. You think about it. We are going to make it a reality, and that is how we have done it. And with that approach, we have created a lot more infrastructure across this thing. And just like the Udan Yatri Cafe, we have also started the kids play area, and our Honorable CM Sir has personally envisioned how a kid enjoys the kids play area in the airport also. We have had such delightful moments of opening that in the airport today. And another initiative which was started in Bangalore, the Flybrary initiative. What a wonderful concept it was. There is an NGO which has started that, which we want to replicate it across the country now. And we have started that in Holongi also, where the concept is any passenger can pick up a book from that Flybrary stand, take it through his journey, and when he comes back to the destination airport, he can drop it there. Now, this is a wonderful initiative. We thought that this can be made it quite organized way across the country. We have started in Holongi, and we will follow this model across the country. So any passenger, he doesn't need to buy a book anymore. He can go to the stand, pick up a book of his choice, go read it in the flight, and then drop it wherever he's exiting. Then he can drop it over there. So that was one initiative that we have done. And another initiative from the Airports Authority of India that we want to strongly take up today, with the aspirational India that we are looking at and the kind of Atmanirbhar that we want, the basics, just like how logistics is one part of the connectivity that we want to give, the internet connectivity is another part of the connectivity that we have to give. So over there, for the international and domestic passengers, free Wi-Fi across all our airports is in a mission mode right now, and we are going to make it happen in the near future. Everyone is going to get it. So it's the services, the infrastructure is one part, building the airport. Taking care of the services of the passengers going to the airports is another part that is also strongly being done from our side. Connectivity is another one which I have addressed. The challenge today, even though Udan has helped us, many of these smaller airlines, people who can operate 2 airlines, 3 airlines, 9-seater, 19-seater, all these kind of players have also come into the system, which is very good to see. India is with the capacity today, where much talked about is the duopoly that Air India and Indigo are doing most of the business. But the way I see the country today is we can handle 5 big Indigos in the country itself. At least 100 planes each, these kind of companies can be there in the country. So we are trying to see where the competition can increase, where smaller players, big players can also come up more and more strongly and create a very robust ecosystem in the airline industry also. And while we do that, with the existing fleet that is there, we are trying to improve the connectivity. And one thing in the Northeast has been the Alliance Air. Alliance Air has been a proud partner for the connectivity in the Northeast. No matter which state, I can proudly say, one of the most challenging routes, let it be financially or let it be geographically, have been handled by Alliance Air. And we have our commitment that we are going to do so in the future also. As and when the Alliance Air is going to up its inventory of planes, as they get more and more up and running, we are going to improve the connectivity, and we are going to make it a priority that the planes are going to cater for the Northeast and the challenging areas first, only then they will go to the other areas. So definitely some of the connectivity options that you have mentioned are going to be addressed in the future, and we'll put that proper pressure on the airlines to address it also in the future. And I'm happy to say that from the Holongi airport, the Delhi connectivity, which was 4 days a week, will be extended to 7 days a week from September 17th. And we would like to thank Indigo also for taking up this thing and coming forward. This is a demand which has been there for a long time. And another person who has been chasing this demand other than our Chief Minister has also been my colleague in the cabinet, Mr. Kiran Rijiju, dear friend. He has been continuously following up on the development of the airport, connectivity, and especially in the Northeast. He takes a strong sense of commitment when it's come to the development here. He has been continuously urging for the improvement of connectivity, and I'm very happy to say that today we are trying to cater for it by the extended service that we are going to provide to Delhi. And on top of that, several other projects. The construction of new terminal building at Imphal is progressing and expected to be completed by the end of 2025. In Meghalaya, we have signed an MOU with the state government in 2025 for the development and operationalization of Tura Airport, which is also a very strong commitment driven by the Chief Minister there. And the runway extension of Shillong Airport is also underway, enabling operations of A320 aircraft with greater passenger capacity. Tripura, I am personally overseeing the development of Kailasher Airport under the UDAN scheme, and other ones are expansion of Shillong Airport, new greenfield airport of Silchar, and new civil enclave at Jorhat. So these are some of the projects that we are going to do in the coming future. And just like I said, the UDAN scheme, we have talked about how successful it has been in the 8 years. But when it was started with the vision that we are going to do this for 10 years. Now the ending of that UDAN scheme was coming. Now, considering the success of the UDAN scheme, we have made a proposal to the finance department that we have to see an extension of this. This has been the biggest catalyzer for improving the regional connectivity, and the Ministry of Finance, with the blessings of the Honorable Prime Minister, have agreed to it. And now we are going to have a modified UDAN scheme extended for 10 more years in the coming future, which is a great assurance. The UDAN scheme itself is a great assurance for the civil aviation ecosystem, especially for the states, and also a lot of the smaller aircraft operators, airline operators, that some of them I see here also. It is a huge benefit to all of them for their sustainable operations and to increase their fleet in the future. And whatever small feedback that we got through the running of the UDAN scheme, whatever smaller issues that were flagged upon, we are trying to work out around them so that the new UDAN scheme or the modified and extended UDAN scheme will be a much better one than the one which we are ongoing right now. So that is a commitment from the Government of India that UDAN scheme is going to be extended for the next 10 years. And route dispersal guidelines, we have done specific guidelines for all the airlines so that wherever they operate in the Northeast also. They provide connectivity here. That has helped in increasing the connectivity in the Northeast. And also we are looking at, in terms of states, when they propose new greenfield airports, there was a system that whenever they ask for feasibility study that can we have an airport here, this is a study that the Airport Authority of India conducts from their side. There was a point where they had to pay money for the Government of India, especially AI, to get this done. But we want, on one side, we want to increase the states. On one side, we want more and more airports to come. If you look at the target that we have, I've set a personal target that in these 5 years, we have to build 50 airports. I think the count is 8 now, and we have a lot more to do in the coming 4 years. And then by Viksit Bharat 2047, we see India operating with a capacity of more than 350 airports. That is the vision with which we are going to do. And when we want so many airports coming into the system, especially new and greenfield airports, this feasibility study becomes a very important and crucial point for our creation of new airports. So when states are asked to pay for these studies, then it becomes little discouraging. Maybe some states, they don't find it as a challenge, but maybe it can be some states that when they ask, they can be. So we thought we are going to remove it. At least we are going to, for the most of the states, we are going to do 2 studies without any cost. And for northeastern states, we'll do 4 studies without any cost. So every year you can utilize this facility on exploring new areas for airports where we can do the feasibility study. And you have to look into areas. Now, one challenge for the Northeast has always been the connectivity itself. Even the land has been there, the people have been there, the culture have been there, but the connectivity was a big problem. Now, for connectivity, as you want to improve the connectivity, you want to think about building new airports, especially those areas which are not catered right now. But the challenge again for Northeast, no matter how much commitment you give, how much dedication you put in, how much hard work you do, the geography itself is a challenge. Now for airport, you want 1,000 acres of land and everything should be flat. Now to find flat land in northeast is a very big challenge. So there is always the hills, there are always the valleys, and we are trying to break the hills and fill the valleys and create this land, which is a very, very expensive way of doing these airports. So we have to come up with smaller models or innovative models, and especially the right way to look at it is to create heliport models. And which is why in the extended Udan scheme also, we have catered for all the northeastern and hilly regions will have heliports in each and every district along with the aspirational districts. So that is some collaborative effort that we are going to do in the future, which is going to improve the air connectivity. Now, along with the helicopters and the heliports, we also see an opportunity in seaplanes. The last Northeastern Summit that we had in Shillong, we actually brought a de Havilland seaplane and made it land in one of the lakes in Meghalaya. And it was so beautiful. The whole scenario of seeing the seaplane being utilized with the natural resource of the reservoir, landing in between the hills, nearby the resort, and trying to, you don't need any big infrastructure, you don't need 1,000 acres of land, you just need water which is 5 feet deep and 200 meters long. So there are numerous amount of opportunities now that are open for air travel. So that is an area which we are going to push. We are going to start with the Andaman, we are going to start with Kerala, Andhra in the beginning. But as we try to solidify our seaplane operations in the country, I see that Northeast also has a great opportunity in the future, and I want the states to look into that model and come up with innovative options so that we can make it a reality in the coming days. And I've talked about the feasibility study. And now one thing which we all have to collectively discuss and we all have to collectively move towards is to increase the tourism potential in the Northeast. As we build the connectivity, one thing is the connectivity is important for people here to travel everywhere. Now, people in the Northeast also need to go to Delhi, need to go to Bangalore, they study there, they work there, they have numerous other things, business opportunities, so they need to go there. But the other side of the connectivity that we want to do is to bring people here. Bring people from other parts of the country here and bring people from other parts of the world also here. So what we need to create is the necessary tourism infrastructure which goes hand in hand with the civil aviation and especially the connectivity angle. So the natural beauty, vibrant culture and the warm hospitality are a strong essence of the Indianness that we talk about and are found here in Northeast with abundant potential. And I believe that you have not seen India until you have seen Northeast India. This has to be the slogan for all of us. There is a huge potential for tourism here, and this word that you have not seen India until you have seen Northeast India first has to go to 140 crore citizens in the country itself. The moment they get a vacation, they first see that how to go to Thailand or how to go to some other South Asian country, or they will look at the Swiss Alps, or they are looking at the beaches in Maldives. But what about the tourism potential in the country itself? We are not blaming anyone, but here most of the times people are not aware of the tourist potential that we have in the country itself. The Northeast, especially the states, especially the leaders that are present here, have to take lead in creating the ecosystem around these tourist locations, end-to-end support system, so that we strengthen that. And imagine the potential once the whole country, this 140 crore population starts coming here. Once they start experiencing the tourism potential here, how much the economy is going to get driven, how many jobs are going to get created in that, how much economic growth is going to happen, how much GDP is going to create in that. So this is an easy opportunity, a low-hanging fruit that we have. So we have to create the demand around this tourism potential, and we have to ensure that all the Northeastern states have some beautiful aspects of them, right from nature to spirituality to the culture, the food. So all of this have to be marketed, have to be exposed in a much bigger way so that people start coming here in a much stronger passion. So Northeast, you already have historic and natural beauty, you have the love and warmth of the people, you have the color and culture of the history, and you need to develop tourism and hospitality. So if the states commit themselves to develop tourism and hospitality, I commit myself to bring to the connectivity and bringing people from other parts of the country and other parts of the world. And now once we can have that synergy happen, a lot of the things will flow out from there. And along with this, another important aspect that we want to concentrate in civil aviation is the cargo ecosystem. And cargo, just like how the passenger connectivity is important, Cargo connectivity is important for that region to boost trade, to boost the economy there. And Northeast is renowned for a wide range of products, especially natural products, perishable products, where air travel is very, very crucial. And the most powerful chili, Bujolokia, finest ginger, and variety of products. I was talking to the Chief Minister and the Speaker, they were mentioning about the orchids in Arunachal Pradesh, and our Honorable Donor Minister continuously talks about agarwood. One of the states has agarwood, which is used in oud perfumes, also comes from the Northeast. So there is immense potential for cargo from this region. And we want to step up the activity at the airports so that more cargo can go out from here and more cargo can come into this hinterland. And we have success stories at Guwahati also. It has become a hub for agri-perishable products and floricultural exports. And silkworm eggs, live plants, mangoes, you talk about it, so many things from here are getting exported and they have a demand also internationally. So this is something we are going to concentrate. And one advantage that we had with the forward thinking of the Chief Minister and the Prime Minister's idea that we build the bigger terminal is going to take some time. I talked about it, that we'll build a smaller terminal. Now the smaller terminal has become an advantage. Now the bigger terminal is going to cater for the passengers. So what do we do with the smaller terminal? We are going to convert it to a cargo terminal. So that is going to start stronger cargo operations from the Itanagar airport. So which is very, very forthcoming in the coming future also. And then we are also encouraging one airport, one product. You have seen one district, one product. This has also been an idea and a vision of our Prime Minister. We have taken inspiration from that initiative. And we are trying, it's not that from that airport we'll only do one product, it is specializing that product from that area. Creating a whole end-to-end ecosystem from the farm to the table across the world. How do you create the ecosystem of one airport, one product? So pick up that product from that area, streamline the operations, make it more convenient for these products to fly cargo from that region. So that is one concept that we are going to do, and we will work out strongly with the states to promote that idea also. So with all these great aspects, I believe civil aviation is the vital growth engine for this region. With civil aviation comes connectivity, with civil aviation comes trade, with civil aviation comes economic growth, and with civil aviation comes stronger bonding. And I believe this is a golden opportunity for dialogue and collaboration. So let us define the future of aviation not only by sitting in Delhi, but also from here sitting in the Northeast. Taking connectivity to the Northeast further, has been a further priority for the Ministry and the Civil Aviation. And that is why, if you come to Delhi also, if you come and see me in my cabin, you will see 3 or 4 officers along with me trying to hear the Chief Minister or the necessary representative and noting down the things. But we have said when we are going to the states, we are going to bring the whole ministry here. We have 30-40 people who are there who are going to listen to each and everything that you mentioned here. We are going to take it very, very seriously. And in the coming days, in a timely manner, whatever you address to us as an issue here, whatever you flag to us, in a timely manner, we are going to ensure that we treat it properly and we give the necessary support so that the issue is resolved. So with this, I would like to say that earlier when you come to Delhi, I had the home court advantage. Now you have the home court advantage. So it is up to you what you want to ask. Because sometimes in Delhi, it becomes little daunting also. When you sit in those big ministries, we have our names behind, we have the ministry name behind, and all our people only there. Sometimes it be like, yaar, ye chhod dete hain, abhi nahi puchenge ye. Bade hain, wahi puchenge. But now it is, we have come to you. It is your ground, your tables, your tea, your rooms, everything is yours. So you can ask for whatever you want, and we have got the complete team. So we have to strengthen this collaboration that we have between the state and the center, and which is what our PMs are also continuously encourages, that if India has to move forward along with the center, the states have to come on board, states and center have to work together, and it is that partnership we are trying to establish with this Northeastern Ministerial Conference. And before we move into the one-on-one meetings into the state governments, our officials will also present some opportunities and some important aspects of civil aviation that the states can also learn from. And I once again extend my warm welcome and my gratitude and thanks to all the chief ministers, Pema Khandu ji, Lalduhoma ji, and the ministers from the respective states who have come, and the teams and representatives who have come for making this Northeastern Summit and the conference a huge success. So thank you once again from my side. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.